capacitance of three-phase transmission lines. So what we will do, the three conductors, the three phases, we will take to be unsymmetrically spaced. Okay, so that means they are not equidistant from each other. So if this is phase A, this is phase A, then this is phase B, and here somewhere we have phase C. Okay, now when a line is unsymmetrically spaced, obviously the transposition has to be done. So we will also take this as position 1, position 2 and position 3. In the second transposition cycle, what will happen? A will go to position 2, B will go to position 3 and C will come to position 3. And in the third transposition cycle, again there is going to be interchange. Okay. Now this distances between the conductors we will take with respect to the positions. Okay. So this is between position 1 and position 2. So we will take this as D12. Rather than DAB, we will take as D12. Similarly, this distance we will take as D23 and this distance is going to be D31. Okay. So when A is in position 1, right, this is the first section of the transposition cycle. B will be in position 2 and C will be in position 3. Then what will be the potential drop between A and B? VAB1 we will take. Okay. So this is for the first section of the transposition cycle. There will be 3 sections, right? So VAB1, VAB2 and VAB3. So first we will see what is VAB1. We will make use of the superposition principle. Okay. So potential drop between A and B due to charge on conductor A, first we will take while these two are absent, and next we will take the due to the potential drop due to charge on conductor B while A and C charges are absent, and similarly finally because of charge on conductor C. Okay. So this is going to be, first we will take VAB1 due to charge QA present on conductor A. Okay, and this is only due to charge QA, due to only charge QA while the other two charges are absent. QB and QC are not present. So this is going to be QA by 2 pi epsilon ln, from A to B we are changing, right? So here A is present, A to B means this distance first will be present, so that is D12 divided by the radius of A, right? So this is going to be ln D12 by R. Okay, and similarly what will be VAB1 due to only charge QB while QA and QC are absent, are not present. So this value is going to be QB by 2 pi epsilon. So here you can see conductor B is present here, right? Conductor B is present here. Now from A to B, that means first at B, what is the distance? Radius of the conductor B divided by this distance D12. So here you are going to get QB by 2 pi epsilon ln R by D12. Okay, then finally VAB1 due to only QC while QA and QB are not present. Okay, so here you can see the charge is present here. From A to B, the final distance is D23 and the initial distance is D31. So you are going to get ln D23 by D31. So this expression is going to be QC by 2 pi epsilon ln D23 by D31. Now what will be the total voltage? It is going to be the sum of this, this and this. So you can write VAB1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon, you can take out common, QA ln D12 by R plus QB ln R by D12 plus QC ln D23 by D31. Now in the second section of the transposition cycle, the conductor positions are going to be interchanged, right? So this was position 1, position 2 and position 3. Now A was initially at position 1, now it is at position 2. And here there is B, here we have C. Now we can write down VAB2. That means the potential difference between A and B when A is in position 2. So 1 by 2 pi epsilon, we will take the help of this expression. It is going to be similar to this. We will just interchange the positions. Okay. So here you are going to get QA ln D23 by R, because now A and B are in positions 2 and 3. Similarly, plus QB ln R by D23. Okay. Plus QC ln, here from C to B first. What is that? D31. So ln D31 by, from C to A, it is going to be D12. Okay. So this will be the expression. Similarly for the second section. In second section, A is going to be in position 3. B is going to be in position 1 and C is going to be in position 2. So here you can write VAB3 in a similar manner, 1 by 2 pi epsilon QA ln D31 by R plus QB ln R by D31 plus QC ln D12 by D23. Now we can find out the average of these three values, VAB1, AB2 and AB3. Okay, so that will give you the average value, which is what we want. VAB is equal to average of VAB1, VAB2 and VAB3. That is, you add up all of them and divide by 3. Right? So you can take out 1 by 2 pi epsilon into 3 also you can take out common. So QA ln QA, if you take out common in all of these three cases, you're going to get ln D12 by R plus ln D23 by R plus ln D31 by R. So when they are, all the logarithms are added and you want to combine it into a single term, all of these terms will become the product. Okay, so here you are going to get ln D12, D23, D31 divided by R cube. Similarly, plus QB ln R cube divided by D12, D23, D31. Okay, and finally plus QC ln D23, D31, D12 divided by D31, D12 and D23. Okay, so now you can see here this numerator and denominator is one and the same. So this entire term is going to become ln 1, which is 0, right? So this term is going to get cancelled. And this 1 by 3 term that we have taken out common, that we will take inside the logarithm. Okay, so this whole to the power 1 by 3 it will become. So you will be left out with 1 by 2 pi epsilon QA ln D12, D23, D31 to the power 1 by 3 divided by R, because R cube to the power 1 by 3 is R, plus QB ln R by D12, d23 d31 to the power 1 by 3. Here we will take this d12 d23 d31 to the power 1 by 3. It is nothing but the geometric mean, right? But we will discuss about geometric mean later. For now we will take this as d equivalent. Then what will be VAB? You're going to be left out with 1 by 2 pi epsilon QA ln d equivalent by R plus QB ln R by d equivalent. This is one expression. Similarly, you can get the potential difference between A and C. This is going to be VAC, which is 1 by 2 pi epsilon. Here you are going to have QA ln d equivalent by R plus QC ln R by d equivalent. This is one expression. Here this VAB and VAC, these are line to line voltages that we have found out. Okay. Now we will try to get a relation between the line to neutral voltage and line to line voltage. So this is a balanced three-phase system, right? All the magnitudes are equal and they are 120 degrees out of phase. Okay. So this we will take as VAN, the phase voltage of phase A. This will be phase voltage of B and this will be phase voltage of C. Now what is the line to line voltage VAB? VAB is equal to VAN minus VBN, right? So here you have VAN and here you have VBN. Okay. Now in order to get the vector sum, we will write as VAN plus of minus VBN. Now if this is VBN in this direction, minus VBN is going to be just the opposite direction. This is minus VBN. So these two vectors if you are going to add, then you are going to get VAB, right? This is VAB. And you can see that the line voltage is VAB is leading the phase voltage, and this angle it is going to be 30 degrees. Okay. So VAB is equal to VAN into root 3 times 30 degrees, because line voltage is root 3 times the phase voltage. This you can actually prove through phasor analysis. You can actually prove this, but we are just going ahead with the final conclusion. Similarly, you will be getting VAC is equal to VAN into root 3 angle minus 30 degrees. Okay. So you can in fact draw here. This will be V minus VCN, and if you add both of these, then you are going to get, here it is going to be VAC. Now these two values VAB and VAC, if you are going to add, you can do the phasor analysis and you will get the final result to be 3 VAN. So from here the phase voltage VAN is equal to VAB plus VAC by 3. Okay. So now we know VAB, VAC, so we will substitute. Now there might be a doubt why we didn't directly find out VAN. So it is easier to find these voltages out, so that the expression that you are going to get, you can do some manipulations to get a expression wherein we can cancel out the charge, because finally we want what? Capacitance. Okay. So VAN you can write as 1 by 3, and what was VAB? 1 by 2 pi epsilon QA ln DEQ by R plus QB ln R by DEQ. And what is VAC? 1 by 2 pi epsilon QA ln D equivalent by R plus QC ln R by D equivalent. So now you can take out 1 by 2 pi epsilon common into 1 by 3 and here you have 2 times QA ln D equivalent by R, and next you can take out ln R by D equivalent common, QB plus QC, right. Now for a balanced system, the sum of charges will be 0, okay. So QA plus QB plus QC is equal to 0 for a balanced 3-phase system, right. So this means that QB plus QC you can write as minus QA, right. So this expression is going to become 1 by 2 pi epsilon into 1 by 3 2QA ln DEQ by R plus ln R by DEQ into minus QA. Now this minus, if you take inside the logarithm, you are going to get DEQ by R. So then these two expressions will be one and the same. So what will you get? You will get 1 by 2 pi epsilon into 1 by 3 into 3 times QA ln D equivalent by R. So 3 and 3 will get cancelled. So QA by 2 pi epsilon ln DEQ by R. This is what? This is the phase voltage of phase A. Now what is the capacitance per phase? Capacitance per phase CAN, this is going to be QA by VAN, right. So you are going to get QA by 2 pi epsilon ln DEQ by R. So what will you get here? The capacitance CAN is equal to 2 pi epsilon by ln DEQ by R, where DEQ is the geometric mean of the distances, right. D12, D23, D31 to the power 1 by 3, and R is the radius of each conductor. So this is the per phase capacitance of a 3-phase transmission line. Now we will see the capacitance per phase for an equilaterally spaced transmission line, 3-phase transmission line. So we have derived for unsymmetrically spaced lines, right. What was the capacitance? Capacitance per phase was 2 pi epsilon by ln DEQ by R, where DEQ is equal to the geometric mean of the distances to the power 1 by 3. So here you have equilateral spacing, that means D12 is equal to D23 is equal to D31. So we will take that as D, the equal value you are going to take it as D. Then what will become D equivalent? In this case D equivalent is equal to D into D into D, so that is D cube to the power 1 by 3, you are going to get D, okay. So therefore you can get the capacitance is simply 2 pi epsilon by ln D by R. Now what about the charging current? So just like in the case of single phase, we are going to get the charging current should be, so here we should take per phase. Charging current per phase will be equal to J omega CAN into the phase voltage, because we are taking per phase, okay. So this will be the charging current.